Ever since I found this thing, I don't know, some weird stuff's been happening.
Hello.
Mom?
You never listen to me!
Did you make a wish?
Aaron, it's a miracle. Your father is home.
The universe demands balance. For there to be life, there must be death.
Aaron!
Do you hear that?
In the Bible, they're known as demons. In the Quran, they're called jinn.
The jinn can take any form.
You can't run from this, Aaron. It's gonna follow you.
It gets stronger with every wish.
That's not Dad!
That was a demon, Mom. What is wrong with you?
Don't you talk to me like that! What have you done? Be a good son. Make a wish.
I can't.
Die.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Recovery Unplugged Live. I am your host, or well, I am the producer, John Spalding from Advocacy. The host with the most is right here on my screen, Amy Lee McCorkle, back from Broadway. Woo! How was it? Bucket list item achieved.
Yes, actually, excuse me as I move my computer a little bit. Yes, bucket list achieved. I didn't get to meet him face to face, but it turns out that's actually a good thing because he may have been like a silent, apparently I got to get him, long story short, it was amazing. It was magical. I was able to get Letters to Daniel, the memoir, Letters to Daniel, the movie, bestseller, The Breakdown, and Songbird, all back to him of the books. And just after I flew out, the weather that was in the Midwest went through New York, and it stranded Anna there forever. I got home at 1 in the afternoon. She doesn't get home till 9 p.m. at night. And then it breaks on Saturday that Daniel has tested positive for COVID.
Oh, my goodness.
So it's like, boom, boom, boom. You know, we got in, we got out, you know. We ate at this place called Daniela Trattoria, and it was like, it looked like a dumpster fire outside of it, you know, like, but when you went in, it was a beautiful dining area, and tables, intimate, you know, kind of little dark dining light, and it was, I had homemade fettuccine that was made fresh that day, and it had artichoke hearts and mushrooms and chicken, and it was just really, really good. And we ate a serendipity. We went to MoMA, the Modern Museum of Art. We had drinks at Bubba Gump, and we went to the post office. So, and then we had New York style pizza for supper that night. We were going to go to the Brooklyn Diner, but I ran out of gas and was utterly exhausted. And we returned to our room, and she walked to like a block to get the pizza. And once she got back to the room, it started raining. It was like we timed everything right. So it was really like God touched serendipity, kind of, you know, the universe working in our favor the whole time. So I'm glad I went.
And you got sounds like it, and you got some cool stories to tell too. Is New York still smelly?
Yeah.
Is New York still smelly?
Well, I was in the theater district,
Oh, yeah.
so it wasn't. Yeah, so it wasn't too bad.
Where'd you stay at?
Belvedere, but I hate the traffic. The traffic is exactly as I remember it. People in New York do not know how to drive.
Well,
They're
there's
crazy.
so many of them.
They're like
There's
on
so
the
many
verge
of
of
them.
wrecking. And there's lots of people on the street. I went to Times Square too, so you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be tough to
So-
navigate. So, Amy, let's introduce your guest.
My guest tonight is the multi-talented Dale Green, an award-winning screenwriter and actor in the faith-based film industry, and he recently won. I know he recently won second place at for Sugar Creek at Nieves International Christian Film Festival. And why don't you tell us what Sugar Creek is about?
Sugar Creek is my latest feature-length screenplay. It's about an 11-year-old girl who is trying to escape her abusive father, and she escapes to live with her uncle's farm, and she strikes up an unusual relationship with a wild horse. All the while, her father is relentlessly hunting her down. So there's an element of like a sense of urgency, a ticking clock.
Yeah, let's see. And no wonder it's doing so well on the circuit. Now, I can't remember. I know you were selected at ICFF, but were you nominated?
No, selected though. Not.
Yes. I was selected for Letters to Daniel, the series, Assassin's Redemption, and The Guardian. And then I had like a documentary and Letters to Daniel and a couple other videos. And all official selections, kind of goose egged on the nomination. But the nice thing is they will screen online Letters to Daniel, Breaking Through, Waterfall, which is a song from a musical version of Letters to Daniel that I'm collaborating with an artist named Lena on. And what was the fourth one? I know there was like a fourth video, and I can't. Oh yeah, and the episode of Recovery Unplugged with Isaac Hernandez. It was an official selection. So those things will be screening online, and I'm going to come, even though I'm not coming for the whole time, I'm going to come for a couple of days and network because there's some interesting people that are going to be there. And but I'm also going to Branson. So why don't you tell me how your work fared at Branson, because I can't remember. It's been a while since they posted their nominations.
Well, I didn't finish Sugar Creek in time to submit it.
Oh.
So I'm not up for anything, but I'm there to network, socialize, mingle,
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, actually, everybody now. John, my producer, has met Missy and knows she's a real person. But Missy will be coming with me this year to Branson, so you and everybody will get to meet her. So, tell me what other scripts you have written and what they're about, and what stage of pre-production or shopping them around where they're at.
Well, Amy, I have not been as blessed and fortunate as you, but I have 3 completed and award-winning feature-length scripts, but none of them have found the home that I'm hoping and praying it will find, like a supporter, a fund, a producer. I'm just waiting for that to happen. Doing the best I can to network and knocking on doors, not pushing them down, but knocking on doors. And
yeah,
I also had a couple of short scripts that have won awards also.
Nice.
Yeah. One more thing, Amy. One more thing. I'm going to be retiring from the Postal Service at the end of May. it'll be 40 years. I want to free myself up to pursue my second passion, which is acting, because I haven't had time. But it's therapeutical and it's fun. It's a nice escape, and I like it. If God should open that door, that's what I intend to do. Secondly,
Oh, are you going to participate in the actor's voice at Branson?
I was going to originally, but I can't make it Saturday, the day of the performance. So I've been.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm disqualified. But yes, I was going to at first. What an
Oh,
honor.
man. Yeah. Man, that sucks. I was like, but you know, it's like Missy. Well, Missy told me, like, I was so disappointed that I was not going to get to go to Branson. She said, listen, Amy, this is when you went to New York, there was like just this finite, it seemed like there was just this finite window, and you slipped right in there and got it. Oh, wait. And she said, Burbank, if we win there, the doors are still going to open whether you're there or not. And
That's true.
and I'm very hopeful, and I feel like we're competing against a Tony Award winner there, right? So it's like, you know, if we don't win, it's okay, because just the nomination, like those people, that caliber of acting and people that you're surrounded by, like recently we at the Critics' Choice Film Online Monthly Awards, we won Best Feature, Best Cinematography. Our actress Megan won, and then we were finalists for First Time Feature Filmmaker and Editing. So what I would, well, I feel blessed, because, you know, you never know what a festival is looking for ultimately, because even in, you know, Christian film festivals or faith-based film festivals at Branson, it's like the movies with like the likes of Kevin Sorbo don't actually usually compete against lower budgets like mine. Like Letters to Daniel cost me $6,000 to make.
Really?
Yeah.
That's all? Look at all the honors you won. Oh my goodness.
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. When I see you with this writing, I think of, you know, with Letters to Daniel, it was such a passion project. And I got a lot of pushback. You know, a lot of people are going to say, oh, you can't do this. Oh, and so, but what you sound like you want to do is you want to star. You don't want to direct your movies. You want to like act in them.
Not direct, but
And-
I'd like to be acting them. Yeah.
I think you're going to find, you're coming to Branson, so I think there are going to be some people there that are going to be interested in, especially what you were talking about, Sugar Creek. That's an amazing storyline, and if I didn't already have Songbird and a fiction podcast lined up and a short film that I have to do this year, I would be definitely Dale.
Yeah.
But you never.
You could do that. You could do it locally too. It takes place in Nebraska, but you can do it here in the Midwest anywhere.
Okay. Well, why don't you do this? I can't make any promises, but why don't you send me your script? I'll send an NDA if you want me to, and I'll read your script and take it to my producer, and we'll talk about it.
Okay. That would be.
I can't make any promises. I can't make any promises, but that storyline definitely is interesting to me.
Okay. Can you send me your email, maybe?
Yes, I will. After this, right after this is over. Hang on, and I'll give it to you. No problem.
Okay.
You should have it. You should have it. I sent you the link.
You're right. I do have it. That's a long thing.
Okay, so I do want to ask a few general mental health questions. Okay. So during your time in working in, and especially not just the entertainment field, but working as a postal worker, have you encountered anyone that might be struggling with mental health issues? And you don't have to say their names.
No. Now, this might be relevant. It's about my childhood, my past.
Okay.
My father was
Yes.
in a mental hospital. He was a physical rehabilitation therapist. And so
Oh, wow.
it was commonplace for him to come home and share some stories about his run-ins and adventures at work. And he would often take a busload of patients, maybe like about 20, sometimes to our house. And I grew up that way all the time. They'd come to our house, or he'd take them to a walk-in movie or to a miniature golf, and they'd be chaperoned closely. But I was around that a lot as a kid, and I saw a lot of variety of behavior and how he handled it in times of emergencies.
Wow. You know, you never know. As people come on this show, and I find out all kinds of new, interesting things about them, and that they feel open enough and safe enough to share on our show. And I really appreciate you sharing that, because a lot of times you get examples of, oh, I was treated poorly, and this sounds like your dad really worked to do something special or something nice for these individuals, and respected them as human beings. And that is always feels really good to hear on a show, especially when I could, like, you saw, I mean, there were instances where people just don't understand. And sometimes it's not that they don't want to help, they don't understand. And it looks like your father really made an effort, especially during a time when maybe not everybody would.
Yeah.
So so other than Sugar Creek, if you were to pick one script of yours that you just were dying to act in and get made, which would it be?
Well, I've got two more. One was a political thriller that takes place in Washington, D.C.
Right.
It's real intricate. It's an incredible story, but it proves to be a little too much expensive for faith-based films to come up with. My first one, my heart's desire, is to see Secrets of the Black Forest. And that also, sadly, it's full of CGI and special effects, and it can't be done cheaply. So, Amy, that's my handicap. I have a big imagination, and I have to hone it down to make it affordable. You know?
Okay, so why don't you do this? This is just some hard-won wisdom for me. This year, I submitted a trailer. It was a proof of concept trailer, very basic. It was a shot, like a repeating shot of a girl running through fields of tall grass, tall grain, and it's a voiceover. And it has beautiful music by the same individual who did the score to Letters to Daniel. And then after the visual, there's like words across the screen, and it's being voiceover first, and then it switches over to pure music, and it has that epic Game of Thrones feel. So you might think about making and I use stock footage in some places. So you might think about doing that, if like a proof of concept, about 3 to 5 minutes long. And when you're shopping it, your script, say, hey, this is the kind of thing it would look like, and enter that into festivals and talk to people and get them excited that way.
Yeah, I know that's an avenue a lot of writers choose. I had, Michael Strain. Michael Strain,
yeah,
he works closely with Deborah Watson, and he looked at a scene from Secrets of the Black Forest, and he came up with like a line producer would do, and he gave me an estimate how much it would cost. For me, it was more than I could comfortably pay for and finance, but it was just that it got that close that I could see how much it would have cost, and that was fun to imagine that. But I can't even pursue it because I can't even imagine coming up with that kind of money just for a proof of concept, you know?
Well, you know how much you're going to see the trailer because it's nominated at Branson.
Okay.
The trailer cost me $38 to make.
That sounds
And so that I'll work so I've got a big and here's another suggestion. I want to raise the awareness and the chance for money for the Guardian sacrifice, that I pitched last year at Branson. It had all those really pretty pictures and all that stuff. I'm doing a fiction podcast, and I have a friend who has a sound booth. And so I've got all these people. It's a cast of about 11 people. I've cast locally. They're all talented, and they're going to be in that sound booth one at a time, doing their lines like an animated movie, and then we're going to put it all together. And I know and so they know how to do that. And so I could put you, like, if you wanted to do something like that, maybe we could work together to do something like that for Secrets of the Garden, because that would help, and you could submit it to competitions and the ISAs, which is what first industry standard that nominated Letters to Daniel. They have an audio fiction podcast competition. And so we could submit it to there.
Yeah, that sounds great. Amy, I'll tell you, because I've been writing for so long, I can see how it's changed the field for submitting your script, because now they want to see producers and investors, funders, they want to see an image, or they want things right away. When I was growing up, it was an 8x10 20-pound weight typewriter paper with no lineouts, and they just wanted typewriter page. No pictures was necessary. They wanted to see a synopsis or a log line, etc. Things have really changed over the years. Now they want to see pictures. So for me, that's real new.
Yeah.
I was expecting that 30 years ago.
Well, I'm going to recommend Canva to you. It's free. Canva.com. And they have templates for a pitch deck, and they have pictures of everything, and they got the search bar, and they got pictures of everything. So you don't actually have to draw anything. You just have to put the information in the picture. And I was like, I know what you mean, because I'm 46. When I was 21, it was way different, It's like a 20-year difference, and I just, I've been fortunate, so.
I think the internet changed a lot of things.
It's just yes, it actually made it, how can I put this? It leveled the playing field for me. Yeah. I have been able to network with, in a lot of ways, it leveled the playing field. And you saw Annabelle's beautiful pitch decks. She's the one who did those for me. And I also had one for Letters to Daniel. Well, now I'm in development on a limited series with the people who did the movie Traffic and If These Walls Could Speak, and for a limited series version of, keep in contact with me, so when these things bear fruit, I can reach back and say, hey, maybe this person will take a look, because you've been very kind to me, and I like to help people who've helped me. And it's like, and I'm starting the studio and the Wonderland 502, and there's going to be a incubator arm to help artists of different stripes come into being. And I feel like Branson was a big part of my career going kaboom, because, with Joshua Carpenter there, he just made it just, it's like, And you cracked me up at ICFF when you came up behind me and like you put your head finger in my back and said, "Don't look, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving."
I didn't scare you, did I?
No, you cracked me up and made it made my trip. So, but I was there with friends, and I was like getting to talk with people and getting to take lunch with Isaac Hernandez again, and it's always a joy to see him. And I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Amy, I didn't see that the Isaac Hernandez interview. You said it was up for an award. Are they showing that in Branson?
Yes. Oh, it's. No, they're showing the Stephanie Ray episode, which has a gentleman by the name of Del Weston who passed away from COVID in August of last year, and it features the young lady who wrote and sang "Here with Me" at the end of Letters to Daniel, and she sings it on the episode. And her dad is there with her, and it's a wonderful episode. And so that will be playing. If you would like to see the Isaac Hernandez episode, I can send you a link. But it's on YouTube, and it's also on my Facebook Amy Unplugged page. You'll just have to look under videos and search out Isaac Hernandez.
Okay. Excellent. That sounds good.
Okay. John, is there anybody watching who has questions, or do you have any questions, John?
There weren't any questions from the audience tonight. I just wanted to say to Dale, I appreciate you having you on. I definitely appreciated your perspective for telling the story about your father and how you were interacting and engaging with persons with mental health diagnoses that early on or that long ago, and so I appreciate your father's work and what he did. Good luck in your acting career.
Thank you, John. I appreciate that.
And happy retirement. That's a long time to spend at a job.
Amen, brother.
I will never be able to say that, unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know.
Well, I appreciate that. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, that's cool. So thanks for coming on. Good luck for your work. Definitely keep track of Amy.
If I can, yeah.
She'll. What's that? Look at that. What are you gonna? What do you sleep? You sleep next to that thing?
Playbill.
No, I was just holding up the playbill.
I thought,
that is so cool.
I thought you picked it up off your pillow. I thought you were sleeping with it or something.
No.
She might. I wouldn't put it past her.
Oh, don't be offended by that question. Don't be offended by that question. Where can... Hey, Dale, where can people find you on the internet or on social?
I'm on Facebook under Dale Norman Green, or the email is daleandcheryl@gmail.com. So it's Dale, the letter N, then Cheryl, SHERYL, @gmail.com.
SH for Cheryl. That's an interesting one. That's the first I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see that very often.
That's cool. Very unique. So, when are you two going to run into each other at Branson?
April, in about 2 weeks.
All right. I want to see a selfie.
Are you going to be there? John, are you going to be there?
No, Amy doesn't let me come out of my basement.
Boo! You know that's not true.
No, I can't go this year. I can't go. But I think we are gonna do a live stream of one of the festivals, hopefully, that broadcasts one of our shows.
Either Horror Hotel or Indie Gathering.
Right on. Okay. And Amy, who do we have next week?
I don't know yet.
All right. We're going to leave with Waterfalls. We can't leave the Zoom room open because the voices will carry over. So I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Dale, thanks for coming on. And this is the collab project that Amy talked about a little bit earlier with Lena. Waterfalls. All right, everyone. Have a good night. Yep. And thanks for joining us on Recovery Unplugged Live. Amy, There we
Yes.
go. Your camera was frozen. I'm like, say bye to everybody.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Have a good night.
Okay.
Bye, Amy.
Don't you feel